If you are looking to improve your pancake flexibility, especially if you want to learn a handstand press, this is the video for you because today I'm going to take you through a full follow-along session to improve your pancake. I'm actually going to start with foam rolling my calves. I've done a pike flexibility video before and mentioned how important the calves are in that forward fold, but the calves are also quite important in achieving a pancake as well. In that pike flexibility video, I showed you a calf stretch. And when I first started working my pancake, I would start every session with that same standing calf stretch. Nowadays, my calves are more in need of a foam roll versus a stretch. That's what works for me personally. You might be different. Maybe you won't need to do anything at all, or maybe for you, you'll need to do the standing calf stretch that I showed you. While I'm here, I'm also going to do my upper back. I know when it comes to pancakes, we tend to kind of think of just the lower body, but there are some drills coming up that will require a bit of spinal segmentation and articulation. So doing my upper back for me personally, I know will help me do those drills better. I can talk you through that. We're going to start with the foam roller a little bit on the lower part of our upper back. From here, I'm going to draw the rib cage down. I like to put my hands behind my head. I'm going to tuck my glutes under. I'm going to take an inhale. And then on the exhale, I'm going to fold my upper back over the foam roller. So here, and then exhale, keep the ribs down. Come back over the foam roller. I'm going to come back up and do that again. Ribs down. Notice how I didn't do this. We just want to keep this in the upper back. So, and then from here, I'm going to lower down. So now the foam roller is a little bit higher on the back. Same thing. Tuck glutes, ribs down. From here, just the upper back. You can pause a bit at the bottom, just get that stretch. Okay, I'm gonna move down again. Crunch the rib cage, tuck the glutes. Then from here, inhale. Everything stays hollow except the upper back, which extends over the foam roller. Let's go again. And then again. All right, let's get into this pancake. We're going to start with a superset here that will prep our inner thighs, our adductors, and our glutes for the pancake work. So I'm starting in this half kneeling, half split position here. So we hinge back. I'm going to sit into this movement. I'm pressing my toes down into the floor just to get into that deep stretch. And then from here, you're going to walk forward. And then we're going to come back. So we walk back and forward. We're going to do 3 reps on this side. So we've got 1 more. Walk forward. Maybe you'll feel a bit of hip flexor. And then walk back. And then we're going to switch legs. I'm going to stay facing this side just so you get a chance to view both angles. So toe is tucked. I will hinge back. Press that toe down. And then I'm going to walk forward. Get into that hip flexor. Again, other side. We're going to do 1 more. So walking forward. Push the hips down to the floor to get into the hip flexor. And then walk back. The other movement that we're going to superset that with will be for our glutes, which also are a super important part of the pancake. So what I'm going to do here is I'm in this quadruped position. I'm going to bring one forearm down to the floor, and then the opposite leg is going to come out. It's really important in this movement that the upper body stays tight, and we just want to think about the glutes. I'm going to use the glute of this straight leg to try to lift up my leg as high as I can go. I'm going to lift, and then I'm going to hold it for 10 seconds. I'm going to push the floor away with this supporting arm and lift using the glute for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. Notice how my voice changed. This should be a struggle because you are trying to use that 10 seconds to get the leg up as much as you can. Let's go again. Use the glute and tighten the upper body and just lift through the glute for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Can you get more range? 3, 2, 1, and down. We're going to do one more rep, and it's really important that we're not swinging to the side or shifting too far over on the side. That's just us compensating. We want to think about the glute, making that range happen. All right, are you ready for this? Tight through the upper body and use the glutes. Lift high, as high as you can. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you need to give your glute a little bit of a massage, go for it. These end range movements might get you a bit crampy. That's okay. It usually is because you're doing such a max contraction at your end range. Forearm down, opposite leg out. Push tall, use that glute to lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, higher, 3, 2, 1, back down. A little bit of a shakeout. Let's go again. Glute on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. 10, 9, 8, 7. Higher. 6, 5. Can you go higher? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Have a little bit of a rest. You can pause this video if you need to, because we have 2 sets of that superset. So we are going back to that hip flexor and adductor movement, coming up into the half kneeling, half split position, coming down, hinge back, press down into that toe, and then walk forward, press the hip flexor down into the floor, walk back, sit back, toe down, walk forward, hips down. Let's go for one more. And then we're going to switch sides, foot out, hips sinking back, walk forward, press into the floor, walking back, forward walk, hips down, take your time and explore your ability to push the hips down, and then come back. And we are back into those nasty glute holds. Quadruped position, one leg out, opposite arm down. Use that glute to lift. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. This is a beginner-friendly one, but if you are advanced and you're looking for ways to kind of spice this up, you can also put your foot on a block. The higher it is, the harder it's going to be. But then from there, you can also use that as a bit of a challenge to try to get up higher and higher and higher. But we're not doing that today. So let's do the second rep. Tension through the body, just the glute. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. Let's do one more on this side. Last set. And lift as high as you can go. I feel like 5 seconds has passed. 5, 4, lift, lift, lift. 3, 2, and 1. Other side now. Leg out, forearm down. The reason we want tension in the upper body here is because it allows us to just isolate through that glute range. It also stops us from swaying over to the side too much. And lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Maybe you're shaking like me. 4, 3, 2, 1. down. Does anyone else get mobility sweats? Okay, and let's go again. And push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Can you lift higher? 4, 3, 2, 1. One more rep to go. Glute. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Last 5 seconds. See if you can push higher. 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Next, we're going to do some isometric contractions with opposing muscles in this butterfly position. I like to do this up against a wall or a squat rack, just because then it allows me to focus on properly contracting through the specific muscles. And then I also don't have to focus on being so upright as well. The closer your feet are to your hips, the harder the movement's gonna be. You're going to take some weights. Nothing too crazy, but heavy enough so that you're able to get some tactile feedback to actually push up against, because that's what we're going to be doing. So pop your weights. You can use dumbbells, kettlebells. If you're at home, maybe you've got some drink bottles filled with water or sand. Just chill here while I explain this next part. You're going to use the inner thighs, so the adductors, to try to lift the knees up against the dumbbells. That's why they need to be heavy enough for you to have that feedback to push up against. You're going to do that for 5 seconds. And then after that 5 seconds, we're going to do the opposite and now use the glutes to drive the knees down away from the dumbbells. We're going to do 3 rounds of those 5-second contractions each way. So it'll be 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds total, so 30 seconds in total. After all that chat, I'm sure you're in position. Use those inner thighs to push up against the dumbbell for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. See if you can sink a bit deeper. Turn those glutes on. Peel away from the dumbbells, knees down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath. We're going to go up again. Use those inner thighs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe. We're about to do the opposite for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more of each. Ready? Up against those dumbbells for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Just the glutes now. Peel away for 5, 4, 3. Knees down. 2, 1. Just relax. Sit here for a bit. Let's take 3 deep breaths. We are relaxed. We're relaxing in this part. See if you can sink a bit deeper in the stretch. We're going to superset those butterfly contractions with a straddle Jefferson curl. And if you have seen a few of my videos before, you know that I love this exercise. If you are on this channel, I'm assuming you are looking to learn a pancake for a press to handstand, which is also why I love the J curl, because you get to learn how to articulate your spine in this, which translates over really nicely for the skills that you need to do a press handstand. Personally, if I were you, I would look to do this on steps or just a hard wooden box. This soft box is kind of all I have available for me, so it's gonna feel a little bit unsteady, but that's okay. Just use what you have. You also don't need to be in this high box. It just depends. I'm using a dumbbell. You could use a kettlebell or bring those drink bottles back. Totally fine. We're going to start in a bit of a straddle. This box is letting me be in sort of a half straddle. I'm going to turn my toes out slightly. Okay, from the top here, I'm going to start by curling my neck and my upper back down. I'm going to keep the glutes tucked. From the upper back, I go down into the mid back. And then I'm slowly going to go into the lower back, curling. I'm going to push my shoulders down to my ears. And then from here, I'm going to keep my glutes squeezed. I'm going to initiate the movement by curling through my lower back. Keep going. And then up. We're going to do one more. I feel like I have a slight knee bend because I'm trying to stabilize so hard in this box. But for you, try to keep your legs straight. One more. Let's curl. Upper and shoulders. Keep the glutes tense, keep the quads tense if you can as well. Going through the mid-back now. Then the lower back. Press, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. And then we're curling back up. Lower back. Keep it tucked and rolling back. Round 1 of that superset done. So we're going to do one more, starting with the butterfly isometric contractions. Remember, if you need to pause the video to have a bit of a break, please do that. If you want to make this easier, just bring your feet forward. If you want to make this harder, you can bring your feet back. If you want to make it even harder, you can put a block or like an object in between your feet. So yoga block. I wouldn't put a drink bottle in between your feet. I think it might explode. A cushion if you're at home. Weights on. Let's chill for a little bit. Let's get into the stretch. Also, because I think I need to chill for a bit. Let's breathe. Flexibility training is hard, and it does require a lot of these tense holds that we've been doing, but it also does require you to understand how to relax, especially when you're in a bit of a tighter stretch. Just want to breathe. You need to remind your body that it's safe to go into these end ranges. All right, let's take one more breath. Let's start those contractions inner thighs first, which means we're pushing the knees up against these dumbbells using our adductors. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, little rest. Now the glutes to peel the knees down away from the dumbbells for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more of these. Back to those inner thighs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the dumbbells tight. And let's go glutes now for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, one more. And adductors, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Glutes, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's relax. You can relax because you know this is the last set. Let's take 2 more breaths and sink into the stretch. Slowly come out of it. So I switched boxes. This one is still soft, but it feels less like I'm going to dive down to my death. Straddle position, toes out slightly. Tuck the glutes under, and then curling from the top. Keep the quads flexed. Going bit by bit through the spine. You can add a isometric contraction here, by the way. You can think about the hip flexors pressing up to the upper body and the upper body squeezing down into the lower body while you push your shoulders up to the ears. Relax. Let's come up. Lower body first. Let's go again. Doing this, I can just feel how shitty my form is. Hold. Curl up through the lower. My knees are shaking. This is also a stability exercise, it turns out. And up. 2 sets done. Have a rest because we are moving into our next bit of the workout. Remember when I was rolling out my upper back and I was like, this is going to come in handy later? The time is now. You're going to need a band. I put it around the squat rack. If you have stall bars at your gym, that is also a really good option. If you're doing this with a friend, or this is an excuse to do this with a friend, your friend can also hold the band instead. I've never actually seen anyone set this drill up, so this is gonna look real crazy. If you wanna pop in the comments if you've got a better method, please share. I'm putting this band around me just because I want it to come with me. And I'm going to come down to the floor. This one's gonna need a bit of trial and error. I'm taking the band off, and I'm going to keep my glutes squeezed. I'm gonna point my toes so that the quads are also engaged. I am now going to extend my arms. I'm also going to extend my upper back. This way, I'm going to feel this band really stretching me into extension. I'm gonna hold it for 20 seconds, and in that 20 seconds, I'm going to try to see if I can keep getting more range while keeping my glutes squeezed. Very important. All right, straight arms. Let's take a breath, and we're gonna lift. The shoulders go up to my ears. Let's hold for another 10. Can I reach further back? This is so hard. 3, 2, 1. And let's slowly get out of it. Oh my God, that feeling of upper back extension, really important, because we're gonna take that into the drill that we're supersetting this drill with. For this next drill, you can see I've got the barbell out. I've just put 5s here so that it's easy to push forward. I actually recommend doing this with an ab wheel if you have access to one, because as you can see here, I've had to open up past the plates, whereas if you have an ab wheel, you can kind of go to a position that feels good for you in terms of your pancake, because your pancake doesn't have to be in your widest split. Let's go over the drill first before we do the drill. I'm going to roll this barbell out into my pancake. From there, I'm gonna stay and I'm going to think about rounding my back into flexion, and then I'm going to open my back and go into anterior tilt in the pelvis into extension. That's why that Superman that we did before was so important. You get to really know that extension position, and you get to translate that feeling and add it into your pancake. Because if you are like me, your pancake's not great, it's hard to do, and it might not even look like you're doing it. I think I'm gonna do this and you're gonna be like, is she doing it? That's just where my flexibility is at, and that's the kind of feeling that I'm trying to find. And if I'm training with intention, that true extension and anterior tilt will come. Let's get into it. I am going to keep my toes flexed. I think I am. When I go down, if I feel like the toes pointed is gonna feel a little bit better, then I'm gonna do that. What I'm trying to say is, do what feels good for you. So I'm rolling down, nice and slow. From here, I'm going to round my back and then find that extension and that anterior tilt. Let's see if I can push forward a little bit more. And then from here, I'm going to round my back and then go into extension. Let's do one more rep. Round my back and go into extension. Stick the glutes out for that anterior tilt. Let's take 3 breaths here. Maintain the extension to see if you can get a little bit lower. And slowly come back in. Round 1 done. We're gonna do 2 more rounds. Okay, we're back. The extension drill of death. Let's set up. If you find this quite hard and you are at a squat rack, the good thing is you can move back a little bit to ease off of that resistance if needed. Glutes are flexed. I'm going to straighten my arms and extend my upper back. 20 seconds. Lift. Try and shrug your shoulders up to your ears. This is such a hard position to breathe in. We're gonna hold for another 10 seconds. 10. I can't talk. We're gonna count in silence. No, I shouldn't do that. Ready? 5, 4, 3, can you get a bit higher? 2, and 1. We are back to the barbell or your ab wheel, or you could even use a dumbbell that you can roll out. We suffered in that extension drill so that we can suffer better in this rollout drill. Flexing the quads, we're going to do 3 of the extension flexions. Rolling out. Breathe into this. Don't go crazy. The shoulders get pushed up to my ears. Rounding my back. And then extending through the upper back, thinking about the anterior tilt of the glutes sticking out. Take a breath. And then round the back. And extend through the upper back. I think that's what I like about the ab wheel as well. It's a little bit lower. Maybe I'm just making excuses. Let's go again. Round. Extend. Let's take 3 breaths. As we take the 3 breaths, let's go 1. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. Maintain that extension and the glutes sticking out. And then we go again, 1 more. Reaching out. And then coming back in. That is set 2 done. We're gonna go 1 more. Last 20 seconds here. Let's get our setup. Nothing makes you realize how ugly flexibility training is until you do something like this. I've actually got a clock here now, so let's count this 20 seconds properly. Just remember you want the shoulders to go up towards the ears, glutes on, and let's go. We're 10 seconds down. And rest. Third and final round, just 3 flexes and arches, some relaxing breaths, and then we'll have a break. Did you think this was the last drill? It's not. Let's roll out. Let's round. And let's extend. 1 push forward if we can. And then round. Extend and arch. Round. Extend and arch. Now let's breathe for 5. Every breath here, see if you can sink in a little bit deeper. I lost count, but I think this is the last one. Ready? And let's slowly roll out. I hope you're enjoying your pancake workout so far. I've just interrupted it to remind you that if you are learning a pancake because you want to learn a handstand press, I do have a playlist of tutorials for the handstand press, which I will link down below. I'll let you get back to your session. Our last drill is a bit of task-based flexibility. So what I've done here is I've set up with a dumbbell out in front of me, but this can literally be any object. It's just something that you need to see, and it provides a target for you to reach for in your pancake. What we're going to do for 30 seconds is go into the pancake and just try to reach towards our chosen object. So let's reach. As you lower down, try to stick the glutes out. I'm going back into my flexed toes here so that my quads are flexed. And then I'm going to reach for this dumbbell. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. So just see if you can take a breath. And then each breath, try to see if you can reach forward. We are about halfway through. If you do end up reaching it, I don't know if I'm going to reach this all the way. If you do end up reaching it, just push it away and get deeper into your stretch. We have another 5 seconds. That's enough time for another inhale. And reach. And then slowly coming out of it. Pause this and take a rest. We're gonna do 2 more of these. Did you take your rest? Because we're gonna do this again. I haven't had to move my dumbbell forward, but if you needed to, make sure you did. 30 seconds on the clock, we're reaching forward, flexing my toes. Remember that feeling of shrugging the shoulders up to the ears. Stick the glutes out, extend the upper back. Don't forget to breathe. We're already 20 seconds down. Actually, no, we're not. Are we? Yes, we are. Math is hard. I have a clock here and I still lost track of time. But let's take just one more inhale and one more exhale. And reach. Now let's slowly come out. Rest, and just one more. All right, hopefully you've taken a rest, given your legs a bit of a shake out. Let's go our last 30 seconds. Coming forward. Reaching for that object, 30 seconds on the clock. Every inhale and exhale, try to reach. So inhale, exhale. We've got 10 seconds. Let's do another couple of inhales and exhales. Let's go one more. And slowly come out of it. And that's it. Pancake workout done for the day. If you enjoyed the session or learned something new, don't forget to give the video a like. If you enjoyed this style of follow along workout, let me know in the comments what you want to see done next. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.